All right, so BFRI was the leading ticker, momentum ticker of the day. Classic gap and go here. And I kind of knew we would see something today after seeing GFI yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't do too good. GFI, I was actually flat on. I was actually small red on GFI. I just didn't step up to the plate, and I didn't really take that big size. It's a little bit more expensive than I would like, GFI, and I kind of just shied away from it. I felt like the momentum, it was the first time we had momentum in such a long time. It's really hard for me to trust. But coming into today, I knew we could probably have some momentum, some continuation, or some sympathy Momo, which we did on BFRG. And, after seeing some pretty decent moves pre-market, with my mindset coming in today was really like, I have goals of sizing up. I have goals of being such a bigger trader than what I am now. And I know that, I'm ready for it. So, really my mindset was like, today, we have Momo, the volume is there. You just got to go for it. You just have to go for it. You bump up that size, trust your skills. You've been profitable for a year and a half now. And, you just have to trust your statistics and just go for it. And if you fall flat in your face, then you know that you can learn from that, and you know that you've been profitable so long that you're going to recover and you're going to give it another shot. And eventually you're going to take that big loss on that new big size. So when that happens, you just got to be ready to accept it. But if you can stick with that big size and emotionally adjust, then that can be your new base level. But you're not going to get there unless you just go for it. And so mentally, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be, I'm fed up with where I'm at. So, part of that kind of motivated me to just really step on the gas a little harder today. And it really started to pay off. I'm actually up 324 today, which is my biggest day in 2023. Not my biggest day ever, which, I'm completely okay with that. I didn't expect today would be my biggest day ever, even with wanting to take bigger size, which I did. But I wasn't expecting to have like my biggest day ever, but, which I'm very happy for this. I'm very grateful to be, really solid green, but I also have to remember, like, I can't stop here. I have to. I want to become even bigger. I know I can become even bigger than this. This is just the beginning, and this is just a stepping stone in the right direction to having those bigger green days. And, that's only going to come from taking the size that I took today and stepping it up even further, pushing myself even harder, and I'm going to get nervous. Today I got a little nervous before the open, and, one way to kind of resolve my anxiety right before the open, because I knew it was going to be a big day. I knew I was taking big size. The market was there, and I knew I was either going to be big red or I was going to be big green, or my P&L was going to be very volatile. One of those three, either big red, big green, or I'm going back and forth, very volatile. So I knew it was going to be one of those days. And I was a little bit anxious. So kind of what I did to kind of relieve that anxiety, which this might help for you, is just grab a piece of paper and just write everything down that's going on in your head, and then also like reframe it into like a motivational like quote or motivational way. Some of the things that I wrote down was like, just find the zone. When you're in the zone, and when you're in the zone, you gotta push it. Or it's a balance between being cautious, patience, and aggression. Also, here's another one here. If you miss a setup, the next one will come, and you just have to wait and be patient. Don't react, but respond. Don't react emotionally to the price action or to where you think you should be, but respond logically to the chart, to what you're seeing on the screen. That's so important, because it's so hard to mix the emotions with what you're seeing on the screen, and you don't really know if the decisions you're making are the right decisions, because you're clouded by your emotions, and that's how you can make some very bad mistakes. Here I also have, life will not change unless you just go for it. And, I like that one a lot. I've been resonating with that because, I'm a little bit fed up with kind of where I'm at. Just, I feel like I could be a bigger trader than what I am. And I know the market is tough right now. It's not like the 2020 market, 2021 market, but I still feel like that I'm shying away from my true potential. I'm shying away from what I could be because I'm afraid to fail, and that's what really beats me up like every single day. I think about it every day, like all the effort I put into this and how genuinely successful I want to be at this, and all the times that I shy away from taking that risk because I'm afraid to fail. Like that, whenever that happens, I just really mentally, I feel it. I feel it mentally. I feel it weighing on me emotionally and mentally, and it eats me up inside. And today, believe it or not, today was more like a sigh of relief rather than a jump for joy. And I would think it was more like a sigh of relief because it's like, okay, I'm still the trader who can make $324. It's been 4 or 5 months since I had a day like this, but to see the day like this is like a very good feeling of relief, knowing that my skills are still there. I'm still a really great trader, and although I'm not performing at the highest I could potentially be, I'm still on the right track. And now, if I can just work through what I'm doing right now, is just working with myself, working with my mental blocks, my emotional blocks, to really step up that share size and face my fears and be able to just jump, even though I'm scared as shit to like fail, or scared as shit to lose a crap ton of money, or scared as shit to catch a flush. Even with that fear, I still have to go for it, and that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And I'm really starting. I feel like I'm really starting to narrow in on resolving that. So I think today was a very good step in the right direction because I allowed myself to go for it. I allowed myself to push back that size that I was trading in 2022, and I was having some really good days in 2022. My biggest day was like 750, and I had a lot of days between 300 and 400 as well. So I feel like I'm kind of back to like the peak I was in 2022, and it's a really good. I don't expect to be this consistent like this. It really depends on the market. I'm not gonna like have an expectation that I need to have a $300 day every day, but I guess what I'm trying to say is mentally, like, yeah, it's just a sigh of relief that that I'm still here and that my skills are still performing, but then also like I have to be like, okay, like I can't be satisfied here. Like I can't only be satisfied here and not push harder. I can't not have that motivation to go harder. It's so hard to explain. I don't know. I hope you guys can understand, but or can relate. But yeah, I have some other things written down here right before the open to kind of really cool me down. Is stay calm, no FOMO. The setup will come to you. Remember not to shy down. Don't be afraid to fail. That's kind of like the main crux of what I'm dealing with is not being afraid to fail and trying to actualize my full potential as a trader. And I know that I can be much bigger than I am. That's really it. I'm very happy with this, but I know I can be bigger than I am. But I'm still happy. I'm still aware enough to know that like I have to be grateful for the things that I have, but also aware that if I want to be better, if I want my life to change, I need to push harder. I need to put on more risk, and I need to, expand even bigger than where I'm at here. So, it's a very rough balance with that because, like, on the one hand, you want to be happy on the other hand, like you want to brush that happiness aside for something bigger, but then you're not enjoying the moment, and really, all you got here is just a series of moments until you die. And it's hard to be like, it's hard to find that balance of being happy with where you're at and also trying to get somewhere else, trying to become a better this or a better that, or a more successful this, or have better results, or it's really with everything. It's really with anything. Professional sports. People who play sports always trying to get a little better, a little better, a little better. Artists always trying to get a little better, perfect their craft a little better. Musicians, traders. So it just seems to be like that struggle with somebody who wants to be great at anything, is that struggle of trying to be happy with what you have, but also knowing that you got to work even harder. You got to even push even harder to get better results, or different results. So hope you guys can understand that spiel. But anyways, here we are. BFRG was the one that I traded today. BFRG, up solidly, decent green. Decent green, solidly green. This is nicely green here. 289.85 on BFRG. CDLX, I gave it a shot, but small red. NFTG, small green on NFTG, and SECO, $32.47. So not too bad. That adding up to 324. I will go over NFTG. I don't think I have that on my recap video. I can actually pull that up on right here. But in my video right here, I'm going to show BFRG and SECO. But NFTG, I took a trade right in here, dipped to the VWAP, and then that nice pop for a couple cents. That was my trade on NFTG. CDLX, I think this one was pre-market. Yeah, I think this was pre-market. It did have a nice grindy day up. Hopefully someone got green on that, but I traded it way back here. I traded it here. I bought here looking for the break of 4.4, and I stopped out on VWAP. So that was that trade. And then the rest I can show on the video just for a better idea. So BFRG, classic gap and go. I knew that this would be the one people were focusing on. 1.5 million share float, and we had artificial intelligence news. So the news is pretty relevant with what's going on today with artificial intelligence. So I knew that we could see some potential continuation. Also, the high was put in at 749. So we have some resistance at 750. I could anticipate that we could squeeze out of this level and break 750. For that new high. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. Are we going to rip straight up, or are we going to panic dip, flush out some longs or have some profit taking, and then we're going to go up? So here at the open, you can see I was trading one share just to kind of test the fills. Once I got some solid fills, I started going in 350 shares, which is pretty decent share size. So 350, taking small size there for that break back over the 9 EMA. We pop up, and now I'm thinking we could see that flush, retest of the lows before we curl up, or we could just go straight to the highs. And we decided to go straight to the highs, and I kind of jumped in last minute. Didn't have a really good fill there. In at 43, out at 41, and then I got in at 46. It was a little bit of a laggy fill, but I got filled at 46, and got out at 57. So nice 11 cents a share on 350 shares. So not too bad. Not too bad there. So we break the high. All right, now I'm just being patient. What's the price action going to do? I don't want to get too aggressive here. Because right at the open, you can see a lot of volatility at the open. So here we go into another push. I actually missed this part. I completely missed that 50-cent push. We actually push up into a halt. But I missed that. So we go up to 805, I miss it. Here, jump over to SECO. I'm thinking, okay, SECO maybe, but we had this chop here struggling to break out, so I'm not really sure. And then like the last minute I jump in. But it was I think it was small size maybe. Yeah, small size. In at 12, out of 13. Yeah, wasn't the best there. It was a little sloppy. But we did move a little higher. And then we halt up again. All right, so now we'll catch the resumption here on BFRG. This is where I started to get a little bit ballsy. I got a little bit ballsy here on BFRG. So we resume, and I'm like, okay, we resume higher. I'm just gonna, we're a little extended, but I think it's worth 100 shares. Jump in 100 shares, 83 out at 44, or 38 out at 44. Okay, getting in back in for that break at 850. We dip down, then I get back in at the break at 850, and at 47, 350 shares this time. That's some ballsy. That's ballsy. Out at 56. Nice 10 cents again. Here we go. It seemed like we're topping out. Waiting for that first dip after a fresh 5-minute breakout. Beautiful. And a little at 350. Could be a little early here. And at 806, I'm ready to get in even more. But luckily, I didn't get filled until down here. That could have been a nasty loss there if I got filled at 8. So I was a little too early on that. But I still was able to get filled all the way down here in the 60s. I think I just got lucky there. But anyways, we popped back up and I was able to close it out for break even. Then I get back in at 82. And then I'm at, I forget, I don't know what happened there. But then I get back in at 86. And then I'm out at 06. So that's 20 cents a share right there. That's a nice $80. On that trade. So now I'm up 229. Now I'm like, I'm sweating. I'm like, okay, I know I don't want to look at my P&L anymore. I just want to trade the price action. So here, now this is for people really anticipating that dip. They bought that up so fast. But I don't want to get too aggressive. So in at 41, out at 47, so nice 6 cents. So it's another $25 or so. I don't want to get too aggressive. Still a little early to catch that break. That would be a very aggressive buy to buy up here and try to catch that 866 break because we didn't have enough time to consolidate here for that dip. I feel like we still need to form that flag. All right, so here I do try to kind of scalp off the low here, but it actually didn't work out. I do like small size, just trying to scalp the low of this candle. So in at 26, out at 33. This is very small size though. Well, no, 350 shares. So now I jumped to 50 shares. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do small size here, see if I can just get a little something. Actually, no, I think I was trying to accumulate up here for maybe the next candle, for that nice green candle to come next. But we do have actually a really nasty flush here. And I do take a small loss. It was a big percentage loss, but it was a small share size. I was really looking for a bigger trade here. It is pretty aggressive to buy here for the high. So now I bought even more, and now it just flushes on me. I took half off there. It looks like we're going to close low. So that's usually a red flag. And we're getting bought back up, so I added even more. And then, oh, there we go. I took it off right before that flush, and then I took the rest off for that loss, for that 40-cent loss. But, you know, that's okay. That's okay. You know, small size. That was this right here. Right here. So we got some support here at 750, pre-market high, and support at VWAP. You know, you could have a nice buy here. I mean, it's a little risky because, you know, it's a pretty strong sell-off. The volume's a little light, but that's a really strong candle. If it does break below this support and it goes even lower, oof, I don't know. I mean, it's a ballsy entry, but it could work out, because if it's very extended to the downside, you'll get that rubber band effect, and that's what we did see. So in at 45, actually, I sold that way too early. Looks like we had like a false halt there at 45. I just noticed that now. Now we're back up to 780. Dude, 50 cents a share like that. Oh my God. Crazy. That would have been daily goal right there. That would have been daily goal. I'm well above my daily goal, but just in one trade that could have been daily goal. Now, I see that we have some support down here, so I'm kind of anticipating here to try to catch a break back over 8. In at 90, out at 96. In at 97, trying to catch that break over 8. What is that 8? Where's the 8? Where's the 8? And we get that break at 8, take it off. And we actually just kind of keep slowly climbing back up to the high there. And here I catch an 809, adding more. So I'm actually trying to accumulate here for the high. And I took it off just a smidgen. A smidgen. I wanted to hold 100 shares. My plan was to hold 100 shares and into the highs. But I don't know why I took it off there. I was thinking we'd see another dip. I don't know why I was thinking that. I wanted to take my profit and then add lower. But it just went, just gapped up 50 cents or 60 cents. But my plan was to hold 100 shares and then add 350 on a better setup. I was thinking we'd see another dip, and then I would add for the break of 828 here. So I'd see like kind of like a higher low, and then up, instead of just from the low up here all the way to the high, and then just boom, boom, and I take it off right there, and boom, and then I film. Look at this. In at 883, I'm like, oh, it's gonna halt. Oh, false halt, and I take it off at 76. 50 shares though. I mean, it was chasing into the high. It was worth 50 shares. I don't know, but it didn't want to halt immediately, so I just whatever. That was whatever. It did halt, and then we had some really wonky resumption here. So SECO, this would have been a good trade here. I was eyeing this up, but like I didn't have a lot of price action yet because it kept getting halted, so I couldn't really trust it. And we opened higher, and then we just dumped instead of breaking 150. But here this buy up right here, you see it getting bought right back up to 149 would have been a great buy for the break in 150, take profit. Right here, buy starter, add. Boom, taking profit at 154, 155, 156. That would have been good. Okay, here, BFRG. Open lower. Not good sign. I'm kind of just scalping small share size, seeing if I can get something. It's worth just to trade the price action. My scalping strategy, just kind of like buying dips and selling quick pops, is profitable. So I do it on small size. A+ setups I will do bigger size. But it's a little choppy up here. I don't quite trust it. Here I don't quite trust it. That whole resumption chop kind of put my mind back in check. And then here, yeah, this is when I kind of stopped trading it. When I started getting all this chop, which is fair enough. And yeah, that was it. That's how I finished my day. So nice solid day. What's going on here? Where's my screen? Where is my screen? God, this is great. I'm gonna have to record this again, aren't I? What's going on? Okay, you can see my screen on the stream. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm not gonna edit that out. All right, yeah, well, nice solid day. Very happy with today. Tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow I'm not going to come in with any preconceived notions on what it's going to be like or how the momentum is going to be. The SPY had a red day, so I don't know. I mean, GFI is still holding up. I mean, okay. It's still quite a bit off the high. So I'm not sure if the momentum is kind of starting to weigh down again. Was it just like a 1 or 2 pop, or is it going to continue for a couple weeks? I have no idea. So tomorrow I'm just going to come in, not cautious, but wary. Not going to just jump in on the first thing I see moving. Not going to get in big size immediately. Going to try to judge the momentum as it comes, and wait for the market to really show its hands to see if I'm going to really start putting out risk again. So it really depends if we get some pre-market momentum like we did today on BFRG, and then at the open, if we saw some good momentum, I could be like, okay, let's keep the risk on, and let's see what we can do today. So that's sort of my plan tomorrow. So it's really going to be come as it whatever comes, trading whatever comes, reading the market sentiment, tomorrow separate from what it was today, and just being open-minded. Could be hot again, or it could be cold, and I'm ready for either. So I'm not gonna force it if it's not there. So that's it for me, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next recap video. All right, peace.